I'm out of money? That's stupid.
One unfortunate problem with this game is that you always running out of money. Like, even though I have good rides and the people are giving me money, they just don't give me enough. And I can't expand anymore. It's really boring. How do people make parks like this with the same budget as me and still complete the objective? By the way, shout out to Mick and Man's RCT station. His parks are absolutely wonderful. You should subscribe to him. Anyways, how do we get money without any money? Well, no need to panic. I'm an accounting major at University of Sployne. Let's see. I'm definitely not looking through a textbook right now. If your company needs funding, you could do so through issuing debt or equity. Unfortunately, there is no equity in this game, which is the value of your company calculated by what you own, your assets, minus what you owe, or your liabilities. But we can buy some debt. You can click on the balance of your money, and this sheet will pop up. It looks complicated, but basically, this is your income statement. You come here to analyze cash inflows and outflows. And if you want to know where you can raise or save a little money, you can go right here. There are a couple other tabs too, half of which you'll never really have to see. But these basically show you your park's profit over time and other money matters. So we're running very short on money now, but that's okay because you need to spend money in order to get money. This is the second most important tab in the window where you go to advertise your park. If you need more guests, you can buy one of these and ads will appear for your park on TV. Six flags! More flags! More flags! Yes, exactly like that! Although the game code does it by ignoring the soft guest cap, which means your number of guests will not lose generation after a certain amount depending on your park size. Usually when you reach it, your inflow of guests is divided by 4, which means overall stay the same for a while. I'm not getting too technical, am I? Now to my favorite button in the game, the increase loan button. Just press this until your balance is where you need it to be, and you're good to go. But be careful, it feels like you need to take out a loan all the damn time. $786 for this car ride? Shoot, guess I'll have to take out a loan. $2,400 for this advertisement? Well, time to take out another loan. $23,869 for this roller coaster? You know the drill. We're going to take out another loan. Oh, for crying out loud! Okay, enough financing. Let's build a world-class roller coaster. Okay, that seems tall enough. Let's go down. Very good. Ooh, this looks fun already. In fact, this seems good enough. Let's open it up. Okay, boomer. So let's bring this back up. We will make a nice turn. Very nice turn over here. Then we'll make a speed hill. Then a camelback hill right here. Now, why am I making my turns look like this? Well, each roller coaster has some forces. See these numbers here? This one is how much the coaster forces you into your seat. This one is how much you're pushed out of your seat. This one is how much you're pushed to the side. These forces are the best parts of a roller coaster, but don't make them too extreme. Unless you're making a family-friendly roller coaster or a death park or you're speedrunning, then go right ahead. When designing a roller coaster, you'd want the forces to be fun, but not dangerous. At least for now. This one you don't want to make more than 5. This one should not be more than 2, and this one no more than 2.5. More than that would make the guest sick, which means your handyman will be spending overtime by the ride exit, and excessive lateral forces could damage the track. This is what happened to the Bat at King's. So, bank every turn you can, so the riders are pushed into their seats rather than uncomfortably to the side. I'm not explaining too much, am I? Oh look! A text! I wonder who it's from. It's from NASA. I've been hired as a janitor. On the space station! Continuing on with the roller coaster, we will make a big hill that's visible from the path and bother that telephone. What? Hold on, let me write down your name. Andy Mick. An incident to report? What happened? Okay, let me get this straight. When it rained, the Fluffing Bridge construction workers disappeared, and a few minutes later, some naked men appeared and danced in the rain. The secretary saw, telephoned the popo, and when they arrived, the naked men hid behind some bushes, so the police decided to let them go, and the workers came back? There's something going on here. The workers disappeared, and then some naked men appeared. Is this correct? I have no idea who they could be either. We'll have to keep an eye on this. Okay, well, thanks for bringing this to my attention, Mr. Mick. Goodbye. Okay, hopefully that's enough silliness for now. This turn over the creek looks kind of nice. We'll make a steeper hill over here. Then dive underneath the river. How about that? Into the mid-course brake run. One thing that the second game improved over the first game is the addition of block zones. For those of you who are unfamiliar, a block zone is a section of ride that only one train may occupy at a time. At the end of a block zone is a method to stop a train in case the block zone ahead is still occupied. This is the safety mechanism that prevents roller coaster trains from colliding into one another. In RCT2, a block zone is added with the addition of the first tile of a station, the top of the lift hill, and a block break piece. We will add one of these right here so that the next train on the track doesn't have to stop on the lift hill and wait all the way until the train comes to a stop at the station. Keep in mind that the block break slows down the train to 4 miles per hour. After that, we will take another lap around the structure. This time we'll go over the river, make a little helix, and then the train will slow to a crawl on its way back to the station. I recommend you place a block break as close as possible to the back of the station so there's minimal delay between the dispatch of one train and the arrival of the next. This coaster currently has 4 block zones, which means we can have up to 3 trains running at the same time. Now, once we place the entrance and exit, we need to test the roller coaster. And you do so by pressing and holding the flag until you select test. And let's make sure it goes through the track. Ready? Here it goes! Uh-oh, it didn't make it! But that's okay. There's an easy solution. All we have to do is... Oh no, another train is coming. But don't panic, the block zone will stop it. Or, so I've been told. So if your train doesn't make it up the hill, don't worry, nothing's going to explode. All you have to do is raise the lift launch system chain lift hill, or lower the height of this hill. And now, we test it again. Alright, it seems like it got through the track successfully. The coaster is ready to open when the test results come in. I never got why these 3 always take a couple more seconds to become available, but these are my favorite details. You want the excitement rank to be as high as possible, the intensity should vary, but be no more than 10, and the nausea rank should be as low as possible. Great! Now, coasters don't need to be this big. It could be only a few drops and the guests will still go running towards it. But for visualization, I decide to go big or go home. Who will be the first people to ride the Woolden roller coaster? Oh no, the merry-go-round broke down. Oh, I see Derek is in line for the Woolden roller coaster. You know what? Here you go. This ride's on us. That's right. Double D 2781 is getting a new coaster credit today. And as you can see, when guests leave the ride, if they love it, they jump. Woolden roller coaster was great! That's so good to hear! Man, look at the line for the Woolden roller coaster. It was an instant hit. Try not to make the guests wait longer than 10 minutes, or else they will complain. But the ride has a capacity of 2,124 guests per hour. That's a very good capacity, so we should be just fine. Now we going. Uh-oh. My thing seems to be not working. It completely froze. Well, it's a common computer problem, so let's please try again. It's not paused. So what's happening? This is quite a problem. Hopefully you'll get fixed very soon. What the? Okay, this is not a normal situation. It feels like this computer has been tampered with. Okay, you will get this back up and running as soon as possible. Everyone, stay calm. No need to panic. At a company like mine, we do great backups of our data. There's nothing to worry about.
What the fuck? Who are you? You got glass for my breakfast, you jerk! Now I'm gonna have to make some more! I'm gonna get out of here! There's a fucking burger in here! Jesus Christ!
I want to make it very clear. No one is to enter my office until that area is investigated and the culprit found. I've temporarily moved my things to the room next door. Now let's look around the park for any more signs of wrongdoing. Alright, I was there before, and... Is that the reason Devendal tried to stop my computer from working? So I wouldn't know who Devendal is that did this? Maybe. I don't know, but both are acts of vandalism.
This is illegal, you know.
Secretary, my fine gentleman, your work is needed more than ever. Search all over the park for any signs of anything suspicious. Don't let your guard down for a second. There is a vandal on park property. Your job is to make sure he is vandal no more. Mr. Katz, find Mr. Doggington and ask him to come to my temporary office.
Yes, sir!
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Well, seems like we have an investigation to make. Let's find out who did it.
Mr. Doggington, thank you for coming. Okay, so there is a vandal in the park who made a giant, inappropriate sculpture. And my computer room seemed to have been tampered with, and the computer seemed to have blackened out for a bit, so I couldn't see who did it. It didn't look like a standard error.
Alright, I'll dispatch a crew to analyze the site. We've also closed off your office to investigate any kind of breaking and entering and tampering.
Fantastic. You reacted quickly.
Now, who do you think did such a thing? It seems like more than a regular, everyday vandal.
Well, it's definitely someone who doesn't want us to complete our mission of entertaining the guests. I'm guessing it's someone who would have incentive to make our park look bad so they can bring the guests back to theirs. Or someone else who wants to buy us out. I've seen people around that look like suspects. They could be
Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Michael Dell.
Oh, sorry, not you. Jimmy Anderson, Mark Zuckerberg, Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh? I thought he was a character in...
He entered the public domain earlier this year. Not Disney's interpretation of Winnie the Pooh, the original Winnie the Pooh.
You mean Disney?
Wait, don't say that word. We're going to get sued.
FBI, open up!
Oh no!
So this guy seems intelligent. Find all the evidence you can. And we gon'... Hold on, let me just pick this up. Standard Field Regional Park, this is James, how may I
We will
help?
destroy the park. Give up.
You're not funny, and nobody likes you. Alright, Nick, you know what to do. Your new coworkers will help.
Right away, sir.
All right, dirtbags, you heard him. Execute, Charlie. Move, 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 move.
We'll check with the vandal investigation a little later. For now, there are a couple of things we need to add to the park. There's another aspect of park building we're going to talk about, which is scenery and theming. Scenery is basically decoration you add to your park. It's not required, but a nice looking park makes the guests very happy, and it could even make your coasters better. How? Let me show you. Now, I think I'm quite decent at scenery, but I'm not too good at teaching it, and I'm not on the same level as Dirklink. For a thorough guide, I would recommend going to Micken Man's RCT station for starters, and for more advanced things, Dirklink. He is an expert. But how do I do scenery? There are a few things in my style. You may want to press invisible guests so you can see what the paths will look like when you add some benches, bins, and lamps. Benches are needed so the guests may sit and gone on the food, such as a hot dog or the
Ice cream.
a Subway sandwich. The spicy Italian's always my go-to. Or possibly the guests would like
to buy a hamburger.
Usually, I place 2 benches and a trash bin. That way, there's as many benches as possible, but you're never more than 1 tile away from a bin. As you can see, the path is getting quite dirty. So to give our handyman a break, we're going to do this system on the midway here. Now, since our bin's here, if I see one more piece of litter on the ground, whoever threw it, your mom's a hoe. There are also lamps in the game, but do they do anything? Well, yes. Maybe. No. But I placed them anyway sometimes where they would be visible just because they look nice. And lamps are in real parks too, right? I am a realistic player. I like making parks so that they could function in real life. Now, our next lesson will be about crashes. We are going to learn some basic crashes. In Roller Coaster Tycoon, I highly recommend the shuttle loop. Place it, make the launch speed as high as it will go. Press test. There it goes, up in the sky. We're gonna go boom. You can also use the launch free fall. Bring the launch speed up as high as it will go. Ooh! If there's some wind, it could also fly other places. Or if you're feeling extra evil, you can make sure disable vehicle limits is turned on. Make it so there's 2 trains, and then when this train goes back, it's gonna go. Yes! Or if you're feeling extra evil, you go to Show Tile Inspector, click Capiz Track, delete. I am
Stupid!
idiot. Now that we made the paths look nicer, the next thing I do is place some kind of barrier between path and grass. Even just a simple fence can look very nice. But I also like to use these bonus points if you add layers to scenery like this. This looks very 3-dimensional. Okay, now in real life, the guests can see the lovely hedges on the path and the fence to stop them from going to unauthorized areas. You may have noticed I built fence around car ride, so idiot guests do not get run over. For huge rides, like a roller coaster, you may even want to use a wall. I will add a big wall around the roller coaster, but first we will expand the support structure. Well, first we will delete these crops underneath the coaster, so that way the supports go all the way down. Look a bit nicer. You go to walls and roofs, select this, choose the paint scheme of the coaster, and you can give the Wooden roller coaster a more realistic support structure. In case of storm or bad weather, the supports I just added will keep the ride intact, or else it will go. Okay, not to worry, this doesn't happen in the game, I don't think. Then I like to make a realistic station interior. And then I build wall around Wooden roller coaster, because being too close to the track is very dangerous. Alright, already our park is starting to look a bit more realistic and better. There's one more type of scenery I will add: plants and trees. I like placing the quarter tile paths and trees by the path or near water, and bigger trees in large available areas. There are many types of trees in game, which is good. Using only one type would look not very good. Place trees around, but not in every tile. Real forests have some gaps in trees too, so I tried to do the same here. And let's plant one more right here.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment to talk about Jesus?
Oh, help! Cried James. Go away!
I'll put some water here instead. I'll add some rocks to it too. Then I'll add some plants around it. Great job! If your scenery isn't perfect, now time to see how our guests are doing. Let's click one at random. Oh my goodness. Is that John Cena?
And his name is John Cena!
Now who's this man over here? He looks important with the black suit and the ice cream cone. Holy! Well, how about that? A presidential visit! What an honor! Let's see what he has done so far. Wooden roller coaster. He's been here for quite a bit, actually. Ooh, gets lots of stuff. How many presidents have been coaster enthusiasts? How many coaster credits does Joe Biden have? How many coaster enthusiasts have got a view from the White House Loo on Pennsylvania Avenue? Now let's check on some other guests. Why is there so much ice cream here? This malarkey! Where did it come from? Who likes ice cream this much? This, by the way, is not scenery. Neither is this, or this. The investigation's still on. As soon as my security guards know something, you guys will know something. Oh no. The Wooden roller coaster has broken down! What are we going to do?! Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this installment of our adventure at Standing in a Field Park. Thank you to Derek for playing the role of the security guard. And this was my first ever video featuring the voice talent of another YouTuber. Cody Watkins, aka Tube Cody, voiced the guy on the telephone. I'll let you figure out who's supposed to be in the story, of course. The next part, part 3, will be the grand finale, where we may or may not catch the Vandal. It will be released not a week from today, but rather 2 weeks from today, because next week's Saturday video is a big Halloween special. So I'll see you when the time comes. Or so I've been told.
Now, who do you think did such a thing? Frick.
Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Michael Dell. Oh, wait, not you.
Winnie the Pooh? I thought he was a character.
Okay, say it again.